So yeah, we're gonna check out this video. Me and Marley, 10 simple tricks to not get divorced. We're gonna see if the things that are said in this are accurate or not, or at least applies to us. I think before we go into this, relationships are fluid, meaning that every relationship has unique things that work for them and not work for everybody else, you know? Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, like we kind of discussed in the hot tub video, him and I are like total opposites, but it works.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's check it out and see what this is about.
Hey.
Oh, that's right. I have to turn the on.
Video only works if you're in a good mood. Okay, come on. 2011. This camera is 12 years old. Are you excited?
You want to know something? There's a like, if you want to find out actually if you are good with somebody, or like how it is in the beginning, like if you kind of want a good identifier of how you guys are going to communicate, you're not even going to believe this, but go on a vacation, like a few days, like go for like 4-day vacation, and I mean, because that's going to be like one of the first times you're ever like alone together for an extended period of time. And you know, so you can kind of see who that person is truly, because eventually they're gonna find some shit that annoys you, or that you annoy that with them, and back and forth. So
Kind of gives you a little taste of what it will be like living with them, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, you know, 100% for sure, but like, yeah. I mean, you can get some good stuff out of it. We took a trip to the beach and almost got a divorce.
Hi, how you doing? Okay. Alright, are you ready to find out the concept? Yeah. Here's the concept. Candace and Casey's 10 tips for a successful relationship. We can do this, right?
10. Fine, just 10.
Well, I think, can I do number 1 for the 10 tips? No, you have to focus here, Candace. Number 1 for the 10 tips is you have to spend time alone together.
There's no focus on each other when we're not alone. It focuses on everything else.
See, that's good.
Okay. My brain's not working.
Okay. The first thought that came to my mind is the focus is on everything else when you're, you know, away from each other. With us, and by that I mean Seth, his focus is always on everything else, whether we're together or not. Like, I can promise you 90% of the time that we're hanging out and chilling and doing whatever, he's thinking about video games or something that's not spending time with me.
Jesus Christ. See, she wants to argue already. Look. Hi. So, yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. Like, I always do have my mind on, like, other things, but, you know, what? I'm more of, like, a dater anyway, so, like, for us to be, like, alone, like, spending alone time, like, we have to be doing something. It can't be, like, laying on the couch or, you know, just, like, mindlessly watching TV. Like, to me, that's just, like, that's alone time with yourself. That, like, I don't see any connection in that, and, you know,
that's my favorite thing.
That's her favorite thing to do. So, for me though, like if we went for a walk together or something like that, that's more meaningful for alone time to me personally.
Right now.
All right, what's another tip, Candace? We have to come up with 9 more.
Get a cat.
Animals.
No, cat.
Laughing? Or what if you don't think your partner's funny?
What's the hardest part of being married? What's the hardest part of a long relationship?
Well, it's like mostly like that they breathe. That's really
Waking up and seeing that they're still alive.
yeah, just kind of just a general pulse.
Not thinking that all the things that were charming when you first met are not still charming. Maybe that's one.
I think that counts.
So like the things that you think are cute with me, you still think are cute. You're not like, oh my god, that.
I still think you're cute. 7 more tips.
You didn't tell me that this was like a test.
On your level, Candace.
It's a let me see. Things that I think are cute that like, you mean like fading away, kind of like.
Yeah, things that maybe you once thought were cute aren't as cute anymore.
Things that I thought you did were cute.
She wants to return her mommy.
I did think when she snored it was cute, but now it's getting real fucking old.
I had one. You remember when you used to fart and you'd be like, haha, I farted at the beginning, and now you just like don't care and you were like, what does it smell like? He used to like like announce his little toots, and now he's like, yeah, what does it fucking smell like?
Yeah, I'm a little bit
And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, tell me what it smells like. I'm like, I don't know. And I'll actually get upset, and then I think he actually gets upset too when I don't answer.
Yeah, I used to be cute, like, oh, like, what'd that fart smell like? I don't know, but now it's like gone to full blown, like, do you smell teriyaki chicken? It smells like food. So, that's fair.
Oh, limited edition. Wow. Oh, yeah. That's special.
I've got
You do one.
Okay, I've got a big one. I've got a very unsexy one, but it's a very big one. You have to be patient.
That is an unsexy
What, you think it's
one.
generic?
Yeah, she smiled. She loved that
What?
shit. She just
What's
nutted.
wrong? That's a really good one.
I know, but you're coming up with tips for things that we aren't really good at doing.
Well, yes, we are.
Yeah, so when you're here's the thing, like when you're coming up with, like, if we were to do one of these videos, me and Marley, we would just list stuff we're not good at because we know we need to improve on it. So that's what they're gonna do in this video, is they're going to subconsciously make things up or like say reasons, but stuff that they're not good at because they know they need to improve it. So patience is a good one, though. I feel like that is integral for a relationship because there's going to be times that they test your patience, and vice versa too. So.
You think we're patient with each other?
No, we almost got divorced 7 months ago, and if there wasn't any patience there, any resolve by either of us to be like, all right, let's just chill out for like fucking 5 minutes and try to figure this out, that's patience.
I guess so.
And then we figured it out because we were patient.
It's okay. This is the big one. That it's really like obtuse in its concept, but it's really important, and it's work. Like tips 6 through 10. What are we on? 4 through 10.
Okay, so like as far as tips go, like I don't know about that one. That's like the equivalent to saying like, well, the world needs world peace. You know, it's like that's a pretty large scope.
No, so
in
look,
regards
this
to
whole thing, it
tips.
says 10 tips.
Okay, but
you can't use up all 6 of them.
Let's change it.
Let's just keep. I'll
There's
give you,
one tip, and then there's sub tips.
Okay, we'll
so
give
there's
this
one,
tip-
and then there's one A B C D E F G H.
This always
Okay,
happens
go.
between
There,
me.
so-
What's this heavy tip?
Work.
Like we'll argue about the fucking semantics about everything.
Is so much work.
So under work comes making time for yourself. That takes work. Finding each other still funny. It actually does take work because you have to like train your brain.
Yeah, I mean that's not like that hard for me because like I'm like hilarious. Like, but it is hard to find her funny like a lot of the times because.
I'm not.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm not. I mean, I can be kind of funny. See, like with me, what it is I'll get like that one good whack, in
Yeah.
somewhere, like, randomly. You know, it could be a week, it could be a month, but I'll get that one really good one in there every now and then.
Yeah, and then I won't laugh at it on purpose, and it pisses her off. So
I'm
she,
like, that's fucking funny, and
Yeah.
then he'll eventually laugh, or he'll be like, that was pretty good.
yeah, I just like I try to hold it in because I know it makes her mad that I don't laugh at her jokes all the time. So
Trying to be like,
I mean,
Like, for example, we were talking about baby bassinets the other day in the car. And I know that, like, 3/4 of the time, he's not listening to anything I'm saying, just a typical guy. And I was like, yeah, and then, you know, when we have a baby, it'll just sleep in our room, and, you know, we'll have a little bassinet next to us. But, I mean, we wouldn't even need to buy a bassinet. We could just take Sammy's crate and, you know, scoot it in there and just use that, which is our dog's crate. And he's just like, yeah. Didn't even hear me, and I had to repeat it, and then he didn't laugh for like 10 seconds, and then it built up, and he finally laughed, and he was like, that was a pretty good one. But just stuff like that. I'll get a really good one in there, but I have to, like, repeat it, and then it's not as funny because he's never listening.
yeah, I think I zone out a lot for sure, and it's like she always wonders what I'm thinking about, and it's usually nothing. I'm usually always thinking about literally nothing, and then she ruins my peace and bliss.
that was cute when you first met, which means it's so cute now. Instead of being annoyed, it takes work to not be annoyed. It takes work to be patient.
Ever.
That's my 1W voice.
It takes work to find a therapist so that you don't get divorced. It takes work.
We go to marriage counseling, and I think
We go to
people
marriage
who don't
counseling, too.
understand therapy
We do.
or have never experienced therapy. they
Counseling
think it's
isn't
this
inherently a
everything.
bad thing.
This is what marriage counseling
Like, you
is.
don't look at it as a
It's
bad thing. It's
fighting.
actually good.
With a referee who's
helped us a
smarter than
lot,
both of you.
He said it. He said that's how I feel. So it's like a referee, you know, and it kind of it's good to have like an unbiased third party to sort out your arguments so you can understand each other's side. Because sometimes you don't need to hear it from your partner. You need to hear it from somebody else that person's maybe has a point.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not like
And
when
then
your
you-
family members or your friends, so they're not biased. And also, too, like, it helps you, you know, kind of like you said, it helps you understand each other's point of view. It helps with the tips and the tricks and all that fun stuff on how to talk to each other better. But also, I think it kind of helps train our brains in a way of, we don't want to look like a dick in front of this person with how we actually talk to each other
Yeah.
and stuff. So then it like tricks us into, okay, be nice and try to look nice and reasonable, and then it kind of tricks us into doing that like without her around.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna drop some like off color shit in front of this rando. So
Right,
it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be more civil.
Leave, and you're like, that made sense. And usually the ref doesn't pick a winner. It just helps you understand what the two of you are fighting
Yeah,
about.
and that's the important part. Is the
Sorry.
therapist
That
never
was
says
hard.
you won,
How many
right?
did
It's
we
not
go
like a
through?
battle
Because
to the
Dr.
death.
P
Like
wouldn't
she helps
take
you
us anymore.
understand.
We
things.
got fired by one of our
Yeah.
therapists.
So I think everybody should go to therapy. It's whether you're having problems or not. It's A1 sauce for sure. Put that bitch on a steak.
No, I just think this should get its own card.
Work?
Yes.
It should be the only card. And if you don't want to put in the work, then
That's
don't
what
be in
it
a
is.
relationship.
Yeah.
Someone very
That's the
close
big.
to you.
I think. Oh, so far that's the biggest tip is. Don't go into this thinking it's a vacation. It's like, yes, you're going to love each other, and like it's like you have a best friend, you know, and you know, somebody to bang, which is kind of cool. But like most of all, it's gonna be work. Like you're gonna because you know that saying, if you don't deal with me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And that's going to apply to both of you because you're going to both hit points where you are your worst. And that other person is going to have to work through it with you. And you're going to have to work through it yourself to be a better person, too.
After they've asked you what's wrong like 80 times and called you out on it.
Yes, after they've broke your mental spirit.
Yes. Me. My father just told me that if he had to do it all over again, he would be a bachelor because it's too hard to be married and have kids.
Get it, homie.
Her dad literally said this weekend, if I could do it over again.
Yeah, but he's redoing it again without the thought, like, knowing that he was ever going to meet her and all that. So he's like, if I had no knowledge of... That is such an unbiased opinion.
Why would you even, like, tell your kid that, though?
Fuck
like,
them. Fuck them kids, dude.
I'm like,
He said this to his
okay.
daughter.
Like,
He said
they're
he'd
gonna be
sail and
Screw
he'd
those
get a new
kids.
Porsche every year and his life would be easy.
See, I think, and maybe it's easy because we're having a good day today, I think the work is worth it.
They're doing a video because they're having a good day.
Right.
If it was a bad day,
Every time there's a dark
somebody would be bleeding.
You think it's a shark?
Yes. It's definitely not for everybody. I will say that.
Really?
I used to judge people when I was in my 20s
Like,
who'd
and it's-
say they
at the
didn't want to
end,
have
it's
kids.
like
And I'd be like, that's just
Casey
weird.
and
Now that I'm
Candace
married with kids, I get it. And when my father said that to me, I wasn't even
One's
mad.
addicted to
I was like,
drugs.
yeah, that would be nice.
It's like an intervention
I do
episode.
think this thing that I've made a video about before is so critical.
Is this a Venn diagram?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's a penis.
See? Cute. Still cute.
I think this is so critical, and when I speak with friends who are married and they're having strife, I attribute it to a lack of respect for this, which is, I've explained this to you before, Candace, but this is me maintaining my sense of self and my work and my friend, like my own life, you with your own life, and then together we share this relationship. And where it gets troublesome is when it becomes like one sort of
Okay.
relationship, messy circle, and you give up your sense of self, and I give up my sense of self, and you sacrifice that for the relationship. I think that is extremely detrimental, but this...
My mom actually, I knew what he was doing the second he started drawing the circles because my mom told me that she went through this with my stepdad that she was married to when I was like really small. I remember him, but they weren't together a long time. And they went to marriage counseling, and the guy told them to draw 2 circles, one representing like him and then her, and how they are basically together. And my stepdad actually drew them next to each other, and then my mom drew it like that. And yeah, I don't really remember like what the meanings and stuff were, but I think he said that them being like next to each other, it's just like she's on her own, he's on her own kind of thing. They're not together, like they were supposed to represent like wedding rings.
Interesting. So the way I'm interpreting this right now is that you have to take time to be your own individual, but don't forget that like you do share a life together. You know what I'm saying? It's like me like should be me still, and you know, take time to like be that individual, be the person that they are, you know, and then you should take time to be the person you are, but then also like realize like this is a relationship, and you know, we do come together on some things, you know, like that's like, you know, more solidified, right? Like the hard shit is like the stuff we like come together on, right?
Yeah, it's just, yeah, like you said, remember that you're your own person.
Yeah.
I'm my own person, but we're also a unit. It's us against the world.
G unit.
This requires a lot of this.
Yeah,
right?
and I think all of these things, all the tips he's gonna say, come back to work. Work. Tell me, yummy, work.
I like turtles. What?
Tip number 8.
It was a turtle.
That had to be 5 in there.
Maybe, yeah.
Tip number 8.
This is so put much pressure. It's just like a quiz.
Already.
I don't know. We're here.
Okay, I have a tip. Respect each other's pet peeves. You cannot internalize it when someone doesn't like it when you leave your underwear on the floor.
As I've talked about pet peeves, when she puts her hair on the shower, it's everywhere. And so, you know, like in our shower, there'll be hair clumps in the corners. Drives me mad.
I have long, beautiful hair, though. I actually took a shower the other morning and had a bunch of hair come out like I usually do. And I spelled out, I love you, in my hair on the shower wall for him to find when he went in. I took pictures of it.
If I would have actually walked in and saw that, I think I would have had a stroke.
Yeah, I had to take pictures and show him because it was falling down by the time he woke up, so.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I don't understand why it's so important to you to load the dishwasher after every single dish.
Okay, but you do now load the dishwasher.
I don't want to fight about it.
Because he doesn't want to fight, yeah. And that's why I close the cabinets now, because I'm so
unimportant
annoyed.
Because it's just frivolous.
Work, once again.
But it's so important
this
to
should
that
be
partner.
top one
it could
tip
be simple, like
to
please
not
put
divorce.
the pen caps on. It drives me fucking crazy, and you're like, that's stupid. I'm not
Basically,
fighting over it.
let me tell you what a divorce is, okay? Let me tell you what divorce is. Divorce is basically like retiring from a job. So it's like you're at the job, and you're like, oh, like I've put in my time and my years, and I just need to retire. So most, like if you're in a career relationship, meaning like you're in that career, like you usually die with your career, meaning like you stay married till you die. But some people are like, oh, like I need to switch from the textile company to the video making industry, and that's when the retirement comes in. I know this is a crazy analogy, but you're retiring from that person, hanging up the cloak, if you will.
What I think is crazy, you just went from textile to video.
I couldn't.
Out of all the jobs in the world, you chose those two.
Okay, textiles to becoming a nurse. I don't know. It works.
But when you put the pen cap on, the partner feels heard and respected. And it's like, you hear it and you internalize
Don't
it.
you fucking touch me. Number 9.
Oh, I'm supposed to come up with another one?
Yeah. What does she tell us in therapy?
That's the trick to a healthy relationship. The trick is making her do all the work.
That huge blowout fight, and we like wanted to cancel the trip, and you could tell we were like past our minutes with her, and she just kept looking at her watch. She's like, guys, I hate to leave it at this, but we're out of time. She said, life is short.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If lightning were to strike today, and you were gone, would I really give a shit about the fact that we were fighting over dishes or something stupid? Like, life is short. And that is tip number 9. Life is short. Let the little things go.
True.
Oh, I like that.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
Is that fight really gonna matter tomorrow?
Yeah,
Is
and
that fight gonna matter if I were to die? Like,
I mean, once again, coming back to work, right? It's like you have to work on those things, and it doesn't mean it's going to be like a laborious, intensive thing, right? Like, but just being able to communicate with that person, like, oh, you like annoyed the shit out of me today, you know, and being able to have a rational conversation about that. Like, people let like little stuff build up, and then it comes out in this explosive, like, I don't even know, like, crazy just manifesto, and then that's like, you know, people get like massive resentment.
I have
That's
a good
super
tip.
damaging.
Is it good enough to be tip number 10?
Well, I don't know if it's good.
Nah,
enough,
nothing's
but
beating the tip.
whenever I see old pictures of us, like when we were like dating or whatever,
When we were young and beautiful?
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes me love you so much. I don't know. So maybe if you're having a bad day, go back in your phone, or if you're old like us, go back into your pictures and look at a cute picture of yourselves when you
Oh,
really
that is
liked
some
each
girl
other.
shit to say for sure. Okay, she likes to do that kind of stuff. Like, she likes to remember like what we have. Oh, like I am not like a picture person. Like, you can ask her. I live in the moment, and she gets so mad that I don't take a snap of her when she's on the shitter, just because I love her. But that's like not how I show love or care to show love. But yeah, she likes to go back and look at pictures. That's not a me thing. If that's personally you, like, what I think I'm taking from this is do something that reminds you of the good things in your relationship. Whether that's, probably for her, it's looking at pictures. For, my wife, she goes back and reads, like, nice texts and stuff that I send to her. And she's like, oh, he does have a nice side.
He made a booklet for me, like a folder with all these really nice, like, letters in it and, like, little coupons, the little, like, relationship coupons.
Yeah, they never get cash, but they're there.
I don't want to cash them because I'll never get it again. But, and I do like to go back and look at that kind of stuff, and, like, let's circle back to, like, the candid photo things and stuff. I think it's more so not just for me, but I want to have cute, fun photos to be able to, like, share with our kids someday, like, look at, this was your mom and dad, and we were just hanging out and laughing and having a good time. I just want our kid to be able to see pictures of us enjoying life and having a fun time, because we'll remember it, but they won't. They won't know what ever happened.
You're cute. That's cute. I won't do that, but if she wants to do that, fine.
I have to tell him to take pictures of me.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not like, I don't do that.
True love will find you.
You okay?
In the end.
Get a little wet?
See, like, what this guy's doing right now for his wife, she would nut her pants if I did this to her. Is just take random videos and pictures. I refuse.
Don't be sad, I know.
Oh, that's cute, though.
Bet your ass he pulled out his hand.
Don't give up
I would for the
until
lizard.
true love will find you in the end. This is a promise with a catch. Only if you're looking can it find you. True love is searching too, but don't give up until true love will find you
Wait, I have another
in
one.
the end.
This one's a secret? Okay, let's see the secret one.
Where do you want me to show it?
Show me. I can't put that on camera.
Yes! And that is actually, okay, cancel work. It's drawing penises.
Work.
Thanks for helping me.
Top tier comedy. Aww. Aww, she has scoliosis too. Cute.
Oh, God. That looked like a mugshot.
I know, that was crazy. Hey, that was Candace. Well, that's a video, guys. Good tips. Number one is definitely work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, work with everything. No matter
Work.
how big, how small. Work on how you talk to each other. Work on apologizing. That was a really big one for both of us, but I think mainly me. Now I apologize literally after everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just work.
Work.